Britain is renowned for its rich history and cultural heritage. But did you know that many traditional British games have fallen out of favor in recent times? In fact, there are several classic pastimes that only a handful of people still know about. But why should this continue? We believe that these games deserve to be remembered and celebrated. So in this video, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane and showcasing 10 old-fashioned British games that are quickly being forgotten. But before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. Let's embark on this nostalgic journey together and discover some hidden gems along the way. Number 7. Blind Man's Bluff. This game involves one person being blindfolded while the others try to avoid being tagged by them. It's a simple yet exciting game that requires little more than a handkerchief or a piece of cloth to play. The blindfolded player would then attempt to tag the others, and anyone who was tagged would then become the new blind man. This game is not only fun, but also encourages teamwork and communication as the other players try to guide the blind man towards them without being caught. However, nowadays, it's becoming increasingly rare, as many see it as too chaotic or risky. 2. Bottle Caps. Another classic British game that's fading away is Bottle Caps. All you need to play is a collection of bottle caps and a small space. Players toss the caps into the air and try to kick them with their feet or hit them with a stick while they re in the air. It's a game that tests your hand-eye coordination and your ability to focus. Children used to love playing it during their break times at school. However, with the advent of newer games and technology, it's unfortunately being forgotten by many. Number 3. Cowboys and Indians. This game involves two teams, the Cowboys and the Indians, competing against each other. The object of the game is for the Cowboys to capture the Indians' flag, while the Indians try to prevent them from doing so. Players would use their imaginations to take on different personas, with the Cowboys often wearing bandanas and the Indians using wooden bows and arrows. While the game may seem simple, it develops teamwork and problem-solving skills. Unfortunately, due to its association with racial stereotypes, many schools have banned the game, leading to its decline in popularity. Number 4. Dodgems are a popular attraction at amusement parks, but they also used to be a favorite game on the playground. The objective of the game is to navigate around the other players without being hit. Players would spin and dodge to try and bump into each other, and whoever was hit would be eliminated. Dodgem is a great way for children to develop their motor skills and learn how to predict the movement of others. However, with the introduction of new playground equipment and stricter safety regulations, Dodgem has become less common in recent years. Number 5. Fox and Geese. This traditional British game involves one player as the fox, trying to capture the other players who are the geese. The geese try to avoid being captured by the fox, and once captured, they are eliminated from the game. The game requires quick thinking and agility, and it's a great way for children to improve their social skills, as the game requires communication and cooperation between the geese to avoid being captured. However, like many other traditional games, Fox and Geese is becoming less popular due to changing playground dynamics and safety concerns. Number 9. Gobs and Nuts. This game involves two teams, the Gobs and the Nuts, trying to score points by throwing nuts or stones into a pot or a box. Each team takes turns throwing their object towards the other team's goal, and the team whose object lands in the pot scores a point. Gobs and Nuts require good hand-eye coordination and aiming skills. It's also a fun way for children to develop their competitive spirit. Unfortunately, due to safety concerns, many schools have banned the game, which has contributed to its decline in popularity. Number 2. Jump Ropes. Jumping ropes is a classic playground activity that involves coordinating your body to jump while holding a rope. Children would jump over the rope, either in a basic rhythm or in more complex patterns, depending on their skill level. It's not only a fun activity, but also a great form of exercise. However, with the advent of new playground equipment and a shift towards more structured activities, jump ropes have become less popular in recent times. No, 8 long, short, hand, fast, finger out. This game involves one player being designated as the catcher while the others line up in a row. The catcher then runs down the line, trying to tag the players. If the catcher manages to tag a player, they must switch places with them. This game promotes quick thinking and agility. The tagged player then becomes the new catcher and the game continues. However, with the introduction of more modern playground games and activities, this traditional game has become less common. Number 9. Marbles. This classic game involves two players, each with a set of marbles. The players take turns rolling their marbles towards each other, and the marble that comes to a stop, closer to the center of the circle, wins the round. Children would often play marbles during their break times at school, and it was considered a symbol of childhood during the mid-20th century. However, in recent years, the game has declined in popularity due to the emergence of more modern games and the lack of open space in many urban areas. Number 10. Rounders. This game is similar to baseball and is played with two teams of 9 players each. The objective of the game is to score more runs than the other team by hitting a ball and running around for bases. Rounders is a great way for children to improve their hand-eye coordination and teamwork skills. However, unlike baseball, rounders never gained widespread popularity in Britain and is now mostly played in schools. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below and let us know which game you remember the most. You can also share any other old-fashioned British games that you think we missed in this list. We appreciate your support and hope you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for watching.